Recall that marginal revenue is the change in total revenue divided by the change in output. Let's see how this calculation varies for firms that are price setters versus price takers. In the case of a price taker, the price of the product is constant. Let's suppose, for example, that you are a price taker and you sell your product at a price of $50. If you sell 10 units of your product, you make revenue of $500. If you sell 11 units of your product, you make revenue of $550. 12 units earns you $600 and 13 units earns you $650. We can compute the marginal revenue of each unit. It's the change in the total revenue divided by the change in the output. So that 11th unit earned you $50, the 12th unit earned you $50, and the 13th unit earned you $50. And this makes sense because the price of your product is $50, so every unit you sell should earn you $50. So the conclusion here is that for price takers, price and marginal revenue are the same thing. And you can see this graphically when you see the output that the firm produces, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the marginal revenue is the same as the price of $50. So this is what a competitive firm looks like, a price taker. Now consider the case of a price setter. In the case of a price setter, as the firm sells one more unit, two things happen. One is that the firm earns more revenue. But the second thing that happens is that the firm creates a bit of a surplus, because remember, this firm is a price setter. So as it increases its output, this increase in output has an effect on the market price. So in increasing its output by one, this creates a bit of a surplus, and the surplus causes the price to fall slightly. So for example, let's suppose that you're producing 10 units and the market price of your product is $50. You increase your output by 1 unit from 10 to 11. But in so doing, you drive down slightly the market price of the product from $50 to $49. Let's suppose you increase your output again from 11 to 12 units. Increasing your output earns you more money, but it also causes a bit of a surplus and pushes down the price of the product, let's say from $49 to $48. And then finally, increasing your output to 13 units again creates a little bit of a surplus and drives down the price of the product from 48 to 47. And we can calculate your firm's marginal revenue. It's the change in the total revenue divided by the change in the output. So as you go from 10 units to 11 units, your revenue increases from $500 to $539 for a marginal revenue of $39. As you increase your output from 11 to 12 units, your marginal revenue is $37. Your total revenue rises from $539 to $576. As you go from 12 units to 13 units, your total revenue rises from $576 to $611 for a marginal revenue of $35. So the conclusion here is that for a price setting firm, price and marginal revenue are not the same thing. In fact, marginal revenue is always less than price.